As Ed told you, my name is Dave Goldman, and I am honored to be able to entertain you today performing mentalism. As a psychiatrist, my role is to help my patients get into themselves and to find those demons with which they are wrestling, and to help them make sense of those demons and to calm those demons. We are going to engage in several demonstrations here this evening that will illustrate that. And speaking of demons, I have 3 books. And of course they deal with monsters and demons. Dracula, Frankenstein, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. We will use these to illustrate what we're talking about when we look at wrestling with our demons in my role of getting inside of the individual's mind to read their mind, to help make sense out of that with which they are wrestling. Would you feel comfortable selecting a book?
Sure.
Please, I'll have you select whichever one you want. Okay, very good. And is there anyone else who's comfortable enough with their vision that they would like to take a book? Even one. Would you two? Which book would you two like? Okay, great. Now, what I'm going to do, the first book, if you'll check, they're probably 100 to about 200 pages. I'm not even sure. Is that close? So I'm going to ask, please, would you give us any page from 1 to, say, 199?
12.
Now, I want you, please, I don't want to see it, but I'm going to ask you, please, to look at page 12, if you will. And I want you not to look at the first word. I want you to go all the way to the bottom line in your book. And I'm going to ask you, please, to look at the very last word, to remember it. And then we'll close the book. Very good. And I'll take it back from you. Thank you. And now I will ask Marge, from 1 to 199, what page would you offer up to us?
57.
57. If you'll please turn to page 57. I don't want you to look at the first word. I don't want you to look in the middle. I want you to go all the way to the bottom line and look at the very last word. And once you've got it, please remember it. We'll take back the book. My role is to get into your minds and to tell you what's going on. And this is an introduction. And so I'm going to ask, if you will, I'm going to ask both of you to raise your left arm. Excellent. Because now I'm going to attempt to pick up energy from you both. I don't want you to do anything until I tell you further what to do. But I want you to clear your minds, and over in your mind's eye, I want you to spell over and over, silently, the word you're looking at and thinking of. Because as a psychiatrist, I understand that all too often my patients have a weight on them. And my role is to help them make sense of it, to lift it from their shoulders. And I also know that so many of the patients that I see also feel as if they're in darkness. So they may feel as if they are in the night with a heavy stone on their shoulders. And if I mentioned your word, please lower your left hand.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Thank you. May I hand you this envelope with a prediction in it, and you'll notice it is clipped shut.
Right.
Before you take that out, what we're going to do grid. Now into this grid, we are going to place numbers. And I want to randomize it, so numbers, 5 to 80, different columns and different rows. And I'm going to ask, please, I'm going to ask you in a moment to select any number you would like. And when you do, I will then line out the corresponding numbers in the row and column. You'll see when I do it. What number would you like?
60.
60. So we will now remove these numbers in the column in the row, and that leaves all these other numbers to select at random. So now I will ask Nathan, if you'd like to pick one of the numbers. 70. Okay, we will take 70. And now that leaves other random numbers. What number would you like? 5. And of course that leaves one number, and that is 35. 4 randomly selected numbers, 5, 35, 60, and 70. Would you all agree? Fairly selected, randomly selected. And I'm going to ask if someone is competent with math or has a cell phone that they would like to add these numbers together. 5, 35, 70, and 60. And please tell us what these numbers add up to.
170.
170. Before we started, I handed you an envelope, yes? And in that envelope is a prediction. Would you please open it and tell us what it says on that prediction?
OLT.
Absolutely. Which, when converted from letters to a number, gives us the number 170. Thank you. Thank you for your help. What makes us unique as human beings is our fingerprints. No two individuals have the same fingerprints. We can illustrate this using something else. American currency. What makes American currency unique is the serial numbers. No $2 bills have the same serial number. And I went to the bank earlier today and got a stack of $1 bills. And I'm going to ask, if I may, for 2 volunteers to come forward if they will. Well, thanks, you already helped, so I'm trying to get new people involved. Please come forward, And
Evie, let's get one more.
Come on,
Simon, thank you. I'll bring you both, one on each side. Thank you. $31 bills. And I'm going to hand you, please, this stack of bills face down so you cannot see the numbers? I cannot see the numbers, and I'll hand you that stack. I'm going to ask you guys to mix your bills up face down so they're totally randomized.
Don't pocket them.
Thank you for not pocketing. And once you have mixed them thoroughly, I'm going to ask you silently to remove one of the bills. That's okay, that mixes them even more, that's perfect. Please remove one of the bills, hold on to it, and I'll take the rest back. And I don't want to see the faces, so I'll take the rest, thank you, the rest of the bills back, and I want you please to take your bill and hold it against yourself, serial number toward you so I cannot see it. And I'll have Simon do the same. Thank you, Simon. Now, we'll take all these bills, put them back into the wallet. I'm going to come out into our audience, and I am going to hand you the bills that came back to me, the stack of bills. I'm going to hand you these and ask you to turn them face down, mix them up completely. And then I'll have you select one, face down. I'll take the rest of the bills back. Thank you. United States. Oh my goodness.
Was that part of the show?
It was, thank you. I wanted to have some doves in the show as well. Days of magic.
Darn it. Some birds at the window.
We have 3 $1 bills out of 30. No two serial numbers are alike. You selected a dollar bill. You each have a dollar bill, and I'm going to ask you all now to hold your dollar bills up so you can see the serial numbers. I cannot. And I want you please to look at the serial numbers. What you will notice, each serial number on a US dollar bill has a letter in front of it, a letter at the end of it, and 8 numbers in between, all different. And so, please, as you all are looking at your dollar bills, I'm getting a sense from my right, I'm picking up the letter A. I'm picking up 06081949G. Is that correct? I'm picking up the letter D and a letter G. And I'm getting the impression of D 0831191G. If that is correct, back. When you're holding your bill now, I'm going to ask you to stand up. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to have you now look at the bill because I'm getting the impression of a G. I'm seeing 1, 0. Please hold it a little closer to your eyes. Thank you. I'm older, so it's harder for me to see the bill. G, 10301922E. Is that close?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. A deck of cards. You'll notice these cards are totally mixed and random. Yes?
Yeah.
I will. They are. You're absolutely right. They are bicycle cards. Give them a quick shuffle to mix them a little more. And quick cut. And I will, if it's okay, I will come back this way. And I am going to ask you, if you will, just at any time to say stop.
Stop.
Okay, very good. Now, don't let me see it, but I want you to remove the card. If you stop to me, you'll agree the cards are thoroughly mixed. Yes. Earlier today, I handed unrehearsed a calendar to my cousin Rick Goldman. Rick, you have that calendar, yes?
I do.
Rick has been holding on to that calendar so that I could not access it. Rick, I'm going to ask you to remove the rubber band, or yes, the binder on that. And I'll have you please open the calendar, and what you will notice when you open it is something very unique. Every day in the calendar has a playing card written next to it. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
All written at random. Now, if I may borrow that from you just a second to show every date is different because every card in it is different. How does this all come together? A card was freely selected from a shuffled deck. Rick, you're thinking of a date, yes? You thought of a date,
I did.
and I want you, please, to turn in the calendar. You can tell us now, what date are you thinking of?
The one I wrote down?
Yes. I think, did you give it to Naoka?
Well, we did too. I gave
Yes,
one to
we'll use,
Naomi.
I wanted to involve more, so we'll use Naoka's date.
Star Wars.
I have no idea what it is. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry.
There are two. What?
It says
Let's see.
month and day.
Month and day, it looks to me like it says, here we go, I've got it.
This is
This is
This
it.
is it.
It says, Rick,
okay.
that's it. It says, am I right, November 20th? Is that correct?
It is
I'll
correct.
borrow that from you, November 20th. Okay? Now I'm going to ask you, please, to turn in your calendar to November 19th. Not the 20th, but the 19th. And there's a card there, November 19th, yes?
Mhm.
What's the card at November 19th?
The three of clubs.
Three of clubs, but you did not select November 19th, did you?
No.
No, selected November 20th, and I had no idea what the date was until Naoka told us. You did not select November 21st. What is the card at November 21st?
It is the 10 of hearts.
Ten of Hearts. But you didn't select that. You selected November 20th. We're going to see if there is, in fact, synchronicity. The relationship, the melding of minds of the whole family. To see if it comes together because you have a playing card, yes?
Yes.
Rick, would you please tell us what is the actual card in the calendar?
The king of clubs.
The King of Clubs. May I borrow that? In a random calendar. And I'm going to have you swing the camera around because the card that was freely selected, fact is.
How did he do it?
How does it do it? Can't give away his secrets.
A book. A case of intuition. And what are we doing here today? We are using our intuition to gather thoughts, to read minds. Is there someone who's comfortable enough with their vision that they would be willing for me to hand them the book? I'm going to ask them to look through it.
Gotta be somebody who hasn't done it all.
Okay, is there someone? Great, I'll send it. There we go. Thank you. Send it back. Yes.
Sebastian.
Great. Sebastian, you have the book. I'm going to ask you please to tell us approximately how many pages are in that book.
270.
270, and I'm going to step back here with you a minute. I'll have you follow me. So Sebastian is looking at the book, 270 pages. In a standard paperback book published in the United States, there are approximately 200 words per page. 270 pages allow me the license to say 300 pages. So that would be over 60,000 words. Sebastian, I'm going to ask you please to silently open the book to whatever page you want. And I'm going to ask you please to go into the body of the text. I'm going to ask you to scan down the page. If you're not happy with that page, I want you to select a different page. Once you've found the page that you like, I am going to ask you please to silently select a word. For today's purposes, I'm going to ask you please to select the biggest word, the longest word, the most letters, the most syllables, because that will make this the most impressive. Now, should you be conflicted between two words, you may select two. As a psychiatrist, far be it from me to have an issue with someone having a conflict. So please, once you've found your word or words, I want you just to say, I've got my words, and you can point them out to the person next to you so that you all will be on the same page. Now, once you've got your word, just say, Dave, I have my word, and I'll take the book back.
I got one.
Very good. Did you select one or two words? One word. Now, let's see. I'm going to ask. I just want you to see if you can link up with Sebastian for a minute. And what do you think is the first letter of the word he's thinking of?
S.
Are we close? What is the first letter? The first letter is M. That's okay, it was close, because if you kind of turn an M around, it turns into an S. Yes? So that's all right. Now, I want you please to concentrate on your word, because the unconscious mind goes to a word that has meaning. And all too often, individuals with whom I have the pleasure to serve oftentimes feel as if they've come up against a brick wall. And they feel as if they need to climb atop it to see beyond it. And so the word I'm getting, and if this is right, you let us know, is MOUNTAINSIDE, mountainside. Is that it? Very good. Thank you. Very much.
Edna, you said a bunch of medalists. So this is really, it's coming from these.
Is there anyone amongst us here today who has a comfort level with playing cards, an adult? And it doesn't mean it's the result of misspent youth. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, you may stay where you are. I'm going to ask you, please, to merely, in a moment, I'm going to throw you a box of cards.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you, please, no stress, no stress.
I'm not stressed, I'm just
Good.
fine.
You're great. I'm going to ask you, if you will, when I throw you the box of cards, I'm going to ask you to catch it.
Okay.
You may have to set the glass down. I'm sorry. Quick take. Yes, bottoms up. Well done. I'm going to throw you the box of cards. The camera will follow the deck through the air as you catch it. Okay?
Okay.
So here goes. I'm throwing you the box of cards. And good catch.
Thank you.
Because now I'm going to ask you, if you will, to open the box. Set the box down right there where you are. Perfect. I'm going to ask you to go through the cards. I'm going to ask you, please, to silently select a playing card. Any playing card you want. Please, not a joke, or an actual playing card. I want you to silently select a playing card. Pull it out of the deck. Turn the deck face up toward the ceiling. Place your card in face down, so it becomes the only face down card in the deck. And then I'm going to ask you, if you will, to please then close the box. That's important, because then I'm going to ask you to throw the box back to me. Excellent. Now, thank you. I share with you today, this is the first mentalism effect I ever performed when I was 10 years old. And I am honored to perform it for you all here today. At 3 o'clock this morning, I awoke from a sound sleep and dreamt that we were going to do this here today. I got up, I opened this box, took out the cards, went through, found the card that I thought you were going to select, took it out, turned it face down, put it in the face-up deck, put it in the box, and there it has been since 3:03 a.m. Now, let's see if dreams are prophetic and not pathetic. So, let's hope this is a prophetic dream. Would you please share out loud with us the actual playing card you were thinking of?
10 of spades.
The 10 of spades. I want you all to watch closely. No fast or sudden moves, nothing up my sleeves other than my arms as I remove the cards from the box. You selected a card purely in your mind from an invisible deck thrown through the air to you. And you selected a card, and that card was in fact the 10 of spades. Is that correct?
That is correct.
We are going to go through here and look for one and only one face down card. With your help, we're going to look for the one face down card because you selected the 10 of spades. If I am right, we are looking for one and only one face down card, and there is in fact only one face down card in this deck. Now I'm going to ask you please, if you will, without showing the face, just to remove the face down card. You selected one card.
Yes, sir. I
What
did.
was the card you selected?
I selected the 10 of spades.
Would you please show everyone the card that was... Earlier today, I asked one amongst us to think of a word, merely to think of a word, not to write it down, not to say it out loud. One of you was thinking of a word, and in fact, Cole, you're with us, yes? Everyone can see Cole? Please, if you will, I'll have you span to see Cole. Cole, you're thinking of a word, yes?
Correct?
Merely thinking of it. And I just want you to concentrate on your word. I want you to silently spell it over and over, silently in your mind's eye. You see, the unconscious is amazing because we select a word that has meaning to us. And as you spell it over and over in your mind's eye, I'm getting an impression. Other than being inside your mind, there is no other way I could know what you're merely thinking. Would you please now share out loud with us the word that you were thinking?
The word I was thinking was black.
And that, in fact, is the impression that I got. I want to thank you all for the opportunity to be here today, to step into your minds and read your minds and have fun. So